Hello viewers, this is Preeti Singh and I'm here to give you a presentation of ING Vysya, its capital risk. Capital structure. It consists of two types of capital, that is equity share capital and paid up share capital. It has equity share capital has 350 crore as equity share capital, which consists of 35 crores of equity shares of rupees 10 each. Paid up share capital comprises of 102 crores of and consisting of 10 crores of equity shares of rupees 10 each. Capital funds. Capital funds comprises of tier 1 capital and tier 2 capital. What basically we understand by tier 1 capital? Tier 1 capital, it is a permanent form of capital, and tier 2 is not a permanent. Tier 1 capital includes equity capital and retained earnings according to Basel II. It amounts to 1,560 crores and tier 2 capital amounts to 1,046 crores. So, capital funds in total amounts to 2,562 crores. Capital adequacy mainly talks about the ratios being maintained by the bank. These ratios are being used for the annual budgeting and planning process that takes into consideration for the goal. That is, the ratios it is being maintained by the bank to keep a view, and these asset liability committees was developed to keep certain triggers and ranges for capital management. Summary of the bank's capital requirement. Capital requirements mainly comprises of credit risk, market risk and operational risk. In that, we have standardized approach which amounts to 1,792 crores. Similarly, in market risk, we have interest rate risk and equity risk. Interest rate risk mainly amounts to 67 crores and equity risk amounts to 1 crore. In the same way, capital requirements for operational risk consist of capital adequacy ratio of the bank, which comprises of 11.65%. Credit risk management. Like what we studied in the summary, we saw three types of risk, that is credit risk, market risk and operational risk. So from now we'll be studying what all are these. Credit risk management is used for the identification, measurement and governance of the credit risk. This slide is self-explanatory. The credit risk management helps in the identification, measurement and governance of the credit risk. The bank has laid down many policies to take down the credit risk. Those are exposure norms, underwriting standards, regulatory requirements, negative list and restricted exposures. Risk Management and Review Committee of the board was being organized and was responsible for managing credit risk function among others and meet at least once a quarter. Next come to market risk management. Market risk management has laid down a policy called investment policy. All limits types pertaining to investment or trading activities, any type of like investment, trading being happening is being detailed in this policy. The market risk management department was being organized, which was being organized and has taken care of the various activities like identifying the risk, reporting the risk, and then later measuring and controlling the risk. This department takes care of all these types of risk being happening. Capital requirement of market risk. Here we have interest rate, which consists of general market risk and specific risk. General market risk mainly amounts to 36 crores and specific risk is to 30.9 crores. So in total, interest rate risk is 67.6 crore. Equity consists of the same general market risk and specific risk. General market risk amounts to 0.5 crores and specific risk amounts to 0.5 crores, which in total amounts to 1 crore and is called as equity. We have foreign exchange and gold, that is 9 crores. In total, the capital charge for market risk is 77.6 crores. The risk-weighted asset for market risk are 862.4 crores. This is what we were talking about, the capital requirement for market risk. Now, finally, we are here with the operational risk. Risk that arises due to failed internal process, people and systems, or from external events. If we take an example, like in a bank, if a person by mistake enters wrong data or the system fails, that all comes under the operational risk. And for effective management of the bank's operational risk exposure, it has set up an independent operational risk management function. That is, this operational risk management function takes care of these disasters, and so for just all these things, effective management and all, this operation was being organized. So operational risk reduces these types of risk which happen. Finally, just to conclude, I would say capital risk consists of three types of risk: credit risk, market risk and operational risk. Thank you.